Looks like a recovery day. What is happening, guys? Today we are bringing you a recovery day. We are in week 4 of this summer shredding prep. Our trip to Shred City, our 5 to 7% for the first time in our life. And we are excited about it. Hit a new low weigh-in this morning, as you just saw. Physique is tightening up. Everything feels good. You can feel tightness. You just feel like everything's coming in. Yeah, you like that sound effect? Do it again. So today, I am feeling a little run down though, I'm not gonna lie. And this is one of the important things about being so active, because I do like to move more than the majority of people. I do like to push myself on a daily basis. And in order to do that, you have to take a day here and there, or at least some time during each day here and there, to put in some recovery work. So recovery looks different for everybody. Some people enjoy stretching. Some people do foam rolling. Some people do lacrosse balls. Some people do cold baths, Epsom salt baths, hot cold therapy, all of those types of things. With a lot of things shut down, the hot cold therapy outside, like infrared and then cryo, is not really available. Massage is not available right now. So we're gonna take some at-home follow-alongs, and we're gonna follow along with it. Number 1 coming up is something that I used to do every single morning with a great teacher, Tom Merrick. Right here, go look him up on YouTube. He has a bunch of flexibility and mobility follow-alongs. 10, 15, 20 minutes, up to 30 minutes. These things are great. When I had injured my lower back, I was having some inner thigh groin issues. I was doing this follow-along, and I did it for about 2 months straight. Every morning I'd wake up, do this follow-along. Everything loosened up. I felt great. You might ask yourself, Joe, if you felt so great, why'd you stop? That's a good question. I have no idea. You know, one day you just don't do it, then the next, and then it all leads into, just like going to the gym and stuff. Why do we stop doing it when we feel great when we're doing it? We look good when we're doing it. Our confidence goes up. We can eat more, and yet a lot of times we all fall off the bandwagon here and there. So I am going to be doing this follow along. This is going to be my step 1. You just saw the weigh-in. You saw the physique update. Coming out doing this, and then we're going to hit some breakfast. So let's get it.
So handsome, oh, you have your way, and it's making me weaken. You and your stardust, walking like that. It's really getting too much, but I can't pull back. Though I try to resist, I can't fight this, and no one makes me feel like you do.
You know what time it is. Breakfast time. Favorite time of the day. We got our rice and grinds, we got our blueberries, we got our eggs, egg whites, all our veggies here. Just want to talk about the importance of a recovery day. Of not only pushing yourself in the gym or pushing yourself in whatever fitness you're doing, but pushing yourself to actually go through the steps of stretching.
of foam rolling, of releasing all that tightness. You know, you don't realize it, but as we're doing push-ups, pull-ups, squats, benching, all that stuff, our muscles are not only getting bigger, they're getting tighter. And that's not really optimal for performance. So by stretching them out, by foam rolling, by doing hot-cold therapy, just taking baths, just taking long baths, just loosening everything up, that type of therapy will actually improve your performance, will actually help you lift more. It's sort of like sleeping. You know, there's been a big production on sleeping lately, or the past couple of years. And more science is coming out on it. More and more people are talking about it. And that's because sleep is so important for your overall mental health, your overall physical health, all your hormones, like just your cortisol levels, which will hold on to more fat, which hold on to more water, which will make you feel bloated, all those things. Just 1 extra hour of sleep can reduce them by 50%. And why is holding on to water that important? Why? Because let's face it, this game is a mental game. I talk about it all the time. And with that said, when you're holding on to water and you feel bloated, you might think to yourself, what I'm doing is not working. You know, I can't seem to get any progress, blah, blah, blah. And then you get in your own head, and then you might give up. Or you might double down and go to some sort of extreme level when you really don't need to. So that is why recovery, get out there, foam roll. Get out there, use a lacrosse ball. It costs 99 cents or $1.99 at any sporting goods store. Grab a lacrosse ball and start digging into areas, problem areas. You know, majority of us sit all day, every day. You know, we're spending 6, 7, 10 hours a day just sitting. And that's not really what our bodies are designed for. You have to remember, we come from walking everywhere. It's only been the last 100 years that we've had vehicles, right? It's only been the last 50 years that we've had like real deal, maybe 75, real deal office jobs. Majority of the time you were walking wherever you wanted to go. You were, you know, if you wanted food, you walked there. Maybe you had a horse. But before that, we were hunter-gatherers. We were nomads. We would walk all day, every day. Never know where your food source is going to come from. Like, that is our lineage. That's where we come from. That's our evolution. And if you look at thousands and thousands and thousands of years like that, and only 50 to 100 years of our lifestyle right now, you realize why so many people have lower back issues, why so many people have hip issues, and then health issues on top of that. We are not designed to not move throughout the day. But yet, majority of us do. So just get in there, get that recovery going. Do whatever you feel like you need to do, or whatever makes you happy. Sit down on the floor, put on the TV, grab a foam roller, and just go at it. It's really not that difficult. Grab a lacrosse ball and go at it. You know, it's you're watching your favorite show. Instead of sitting on the couch, you're doing something while watching that show. And then it makes TV time more enjoyable, like you're actually accomplishing something. So just get out there, do it. I'm gonna eat this before it gets cold.
So we finally have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in my area. So we did our mobility and flexibility routine this morning when we woke up, had our wonderful breakfast, something I look forward to every day, as you know. Had meal number 2, went for a nice little 20-minute walk. You'll find a lot of these recovery days, a lot of just my basic days, I do a lot of walking. And that's because I sit a lot. We all sit a lot. And that's something we discussed before. When you do that, it's just always good to get out and get moving. Just get the blood pumping. And that is part of recovery on a daily basis, If you can do that, get a 10-minute walk in. You'll hear Stan Efferding, you'll hear Mark Bell, you'll hear all these top-level guys, these top-level trainers talk about it. They don't talk about it for their health. I mean, it is for their health and their clients' health, but they talk about it because it works. It loosens everything up. We are meant to move. So 20-minute walk, and now we're coming back to hit recovery number 2, or recovery movement number 2, I guess we should say, foam rolling. Now I have a specified sort of 10-minute routine that I like to do because I know my problem areas. If you don't know your problem areas, definitely look up some sort of follow along. YouTube has plenty of them. You can Google it. Foam roller follow along. You'll have 5, 10, 15-minute follow alongs there. Check them out if you don't know what you're doing. Me personally, I like to do first 2 minutes on the front of my quad. So I'll do right and left leg for a minute each. Minute 3 and 4 on the outsides because my IT bands get very, very tight. So that's 3 and 4. I like to do 5 and 6 on my glutes, and that I'll move around and I'll dig in there as best as I can. Sometimes I'll even grab a lacrosse ball and get in there if it's really becoming an issue, which sometimes it is. If I'm sitting a lot during the week, those areas, the hips, the glutes, those become very tight. A lot of lower back pain comes from that glute area, comes from tight hamstrings, just so you're aware of that. So a lot of times we think a lower back problem is in our lower back, and it usually comes from somewhere around there, either from below, being your glutes and your hams, or even above, being the middle of your back, your upper back pulling at something. So always keep that in mind. So that's 6 minutes right there of just working lower body, and then I'll do 1 minute full back, and then I'll do 1 minute on the right side, 1 minute on the left side, and try to get into either the upper back, the middle back, something like that. Some area that's annoying me, or when I start to roll it, I'm like, ooh, that's sensitive. And that's the spot that you want to concentrate on. It sucks, but that's how it's going to help you. And then the last minute is usually going back to an area that was very tender. If it's tender, that means it needs some work. It needs some attention. So I'll do another minute or 2, sometimes go up to 15 minutes with that. And really work that area. So that's what you're gonna see here. Let me get this couch out of the way, because like I said before, I like to watch TV and I like to roll out, and I gotta get this couch out, so.
Told my girl to pipe down, need it right now. Lately I've been going till the lights out. Got my face up and my eyes down. Shawty, now you know what this is like now. Now I got a big drop top and I'm rolling. And I told my girl I'ma be up till the morning. Feeling like I'm 2-3 cause you know I'm zoning. Shawty got a wave, we been chilling by the ocean. Now I got a big drop top and I'm rolling.
Here we are, guys. We are coming to the end of our day. We've done our mobility, our flexibility. We've done our foam rolling. We've went for several walks today just to get everything loosened up, limbered up, and everything like that. And now we are going to end the day with a nice, manly bath. An Epsom salt bath, to be specific. Now, Epsom salts are huge, huge benefits. They're high in magnesium, which is the 4th largest nutrient found in the human body, and something that majority of us are lacking. Why is magnesium important? Well, for one, it reduces inflammation, and for 2, it helps lower stress levels. It helps with the cortisol, which is something we talked about this morning, that can really impact your recovery, your immune system, your fat loss, your water gain, or your body holding water, things like that, and can screw you up mentally. So that is the big thing with Epsom salt. And for me, Dr. Teal's is the way to go. Not that that matters what kind. This one is eucalyptus and spearmint. I can smell it through the bag. It's so strong. But it'd be nice to go to bed smelling like a eucalyptus leprechaun while we're here. But Dr. Teal says to soak for 20 minutes and let the rich minerals soak away my discomfort. So that's what I'm gonna do for the next 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm gonna sleep tight, and I'm gonna dream big. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.